Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals. How is everyone doing today? Good. My name is Paul Hendrickson. I am a recent grad of the Trilogy bootcamp over at the U of M. I graduated 8 days ago, so currently in job hunt mode. So I don't know if anyone knows anyone in tech, but if you do, I'm looking for a job, hit me up. So like I said, my name is Paul Hendrickson. If you've known me for 7 minutes, you know that I really like Dungeons and Dragons. If you haven't known me for more than 7 minutes, I'm going to spend 7 minutes talking about Dungeons and Dragons. And I promise that's my last joke. So Dungeons and Dragons is a tabletop role-playing game. I'll say that again, tabletop role-playing game. Tabletop role-playing games are also like things like GURPS, Pathfinder, Eclipse Phase, and a whole bunch of other ones that I don't know off the top of my head. They take place around a table. You have a group of friends or strangers sitting around with one person being the game master or dungeon master describing a scenario while everyone else plays in that scenario. So, for example, and this will be the example I use, you and your party are sitting in a musty old tavern. It smells of mahogany and steel. And then from that point, the scene is set. The players describe what they would want to do. Maybe the dwarf goes and gets a drink. In my scenario, I'm going to use the halfling goes and gets a drink. And then some things might lead to an actual battle. So when it comes to an actual battle, it gets a little bit harder to describe what's going on because maybe that orc is within 5 feet, maybe within 10, maybe within 30 feet. So I need to know which weapon I'm using. If I'm using a sword, if I'm using a bow, if I'm using a sling, it all depends on where they are. So this app is used for setting that scene, so we're all on the same page, we all know what's going on, and knowing like who I can attack and with what. It has a pretty simple interface. You can add in walls by just clicking. There we go, and we kind of have like a little thing here, and then you can set corners. So it takes about 5-10 minutes to make a map. So I'm not going to do that right now because I only have 7 minutes and 5 minutes left, and that's my whole presentation. So I have a tab here for publicly made ones, and I have one already set up. So this is the bar scene I described. Here we have right up at the top here, like the back wall, we have the bar here. I'm still working on creating like objects besides walls. So I'm just using these like kind of X walls as tables. So imagine we have people sitting around those tables. On the left here, we can also add characters, save characters, edit them. I put something already because I wanted to, and it makes things faster. So when we go over to play mode, our characters appear on the screen, and it sorts them based on their initiative. So initiative is like what order they act in. Right up at the top, we have Timothy Luckleaf. He is the halfling who's going to order a drink, and a fight just breaks out against some mercenaries. So I'm going to just run through a roll of combat and see what that kind of looks like, and you'll see kind of the use case of what this is used for. So Timothy, being a rogue, wants to get in quick, move over, attack with his sneak attack, uses disengage action, and move back. Anyone else know I'm talking about Dungeons and Dragons? Yeah! So he moves back after getting his quick sneak attack in because he has advantage because he's an assassin rogue and whatever, you know. His turn ends after he's made his attack, and he moves and it goes over to Mira. Her being a ranger, she wants to get in quick, makes her attack and stays put. She is a melee ranger. It is then the mercenary's turn. He's already in combat, so he's not going to move. He's just going to attack Mira and move out. I'm also going to mention that the attacking and the health and all of that jazz is going to happen usually on paper. And is going to be kept track of outside of this app. This is strictly for placement on the map, because most people prefer pen and pencil anyway. It is then Keglink Cragmolder's turn, the deep gnome. He is a ranged attacker, so he's going to attack from here, run into the corner, and end his turn. Keglink actually did enough damage to take out Mercenary 1. So let's go down here. We'll delete him. He doesn't get a turn anymore. We'll go back into play mode, and he's gone. Mercenary 2 is now upset that his friend is dead and goes into engage in combat. Doesn't quite make it, so he gets as far as he can. Elsith, our support caster, wants to keep her distance, casts Bless on her surrounding people, and then uses Dimension Door. I know I used 2 spells on the same turn. It's for effect. And gets behind the bar for some cover. We're going to get to Mercenary 3, wants to engage in combat, makes his way. Mercenary 4, mad that his friend died, goes in. Bartender, who is scared that there's a fight breaking out in his bar, he didn't order this, runs out the back door, ends his turn. Last mercenary, can't find his path in, gets as close to Timothy as he can. And that's kind of the role of combat. This is what the app is used for. I use React functional hooks to make this. This is my first app using React, so I really struggled with hooks in general. Creating custom hooks was a really big difficulty for me, so I didn't do it. My reducer is 500 lines of code long, and I don't want that. Probably wanted 100. So that'll be something I'm working on in future development. I would also like to add themes, so it's not just black and white. Add in actual images of wall for when there is a wall there. Maybe add grass for when they're outside, things like that. So if anyone has any interest in Dungeons & Dragons, please talk to me about your party or the game you're in, because I really like Dungeons & Dragons, so I got a lot. If you have a job, also talk to me. I would love to talk to you about that too, because I love jobs. If you didn't get a chance to talk to me, Polly_JS, which is my username up there, is also my Twitter handle. You can find me there. You can find my GitHub and LinkedIn through my Twitter. So come and talk to me about the things I like, because I like talking too. Thank you.